blicky, got the stiffy, got the blicky, drumming whole 50,
So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Let me know what you thought of this beat. Obviously, this is a pretty popular song at this point. Somebody requested it, so I thought it was a good idea. I messed with PIERRE BOURNE and I liked this beat, so I decided to make it. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video or were inspired by it, then leave a like below and comment what other artists you want to see next. Now, since people want to see the projects, next we're going to take a look at the actual project that I created as I was making this video. So let's go ahead and get into it. As you can tell, we're in the Ableton Live 10. This project is pretty like small in terms of tracks, but let's go ahead and get started first of all with these dark chords right here. So for these chords, I actually ended up using Serum. Now let's go ahead and lower my volume right here. So as you can tell, it looks very complicated, but it's really just a square saw wave. It's like a massive wavetable from the plugin Massive. I think it's under Basic, Square Saw 2. And then I added the sync parameter, so now it's like moving. Now we have more than one voice. Obviously we have a lot of detuned voices to make it very wide and stuff, but the basic gist is that it's a saw wave. There's another saw wave. You guys can take a look at this preset, and of course there's a filter on there to make it sound all dark, and then with the EQ I kind of made it sound darker as well. This is just compression basically, and I just used it to balance out the high end and the low end. But that is how I made this dark sound just with Serum. Next we're going to take a look at this lead that I created. This one was so tough for me. It was so different than the rest of the sounds, and I'm not even going to explain what is going on here because it's just a mess of me just experimenting with stuff. But basically I just took a bunch of samples. For example, this is one of the samples. So when I heard the song, I felt like this sounded like a glass kind of blowing sound. So I took this sample and dropped it in, and then there's another one that I took. And yeah, that's the lead. It's basically like a bunch of samples, and then I have like a square wave from Massive here. Square saw. It's just one square wave. This is what it sounds like. Hopefully I can get it right. Now, obviously there's some effects on there. We're not even gonna go into it. It's crazy as shit. But you guys get the basic sound. The rest of the effects are just to make it sound clearer, have a reverb and stuff. Now, next let's go over the 808. That's pretty simple. It's from my 808 Essentials kit. It's the plug 808. This is what it sounds like. One of the most common 808s. Now for this sine lead, this was so easy. It's basically a sine wave and it has glide on it. So I turn on glide, and this is an operator. I really like how it sounds. So simple and it works nice. Now for the drums, have this clap and then the plug hi-hat from my Trap Essentials kit. I didn't end up using any of the, actually I ended up using the kick, but in a different channel. So Trap Essentials kit under the plug kit, and then this kick is also from the Trap Essentials kit. I should just delete all these extra like samples. So really this is what it looks like. There's a drum channel. And then there's a kick channel. Very basic and repetitive. Now if you wanted to see the 808 pattern, this is it. Just a D and a C. Pretty simple. Other than that, we have this swell sound. Now this was also pretty simple. Let's go ahead and solo it real quick. Now I'm gonna deconstruct this super fast. Basically saw waves, as you can tell. There's a lot of voices, right? But I can just take away the voices. It's gonna sound fundamentally the same. If I take off the filter, it just sounds like that. Now there's this hyper dimension. This is like a bunch of, it's like voices but for the whole sound. So it'll create a bunch of copies of this sound and then it's gonna detune them. So without it, it's just a simple saw wave. But if you turn it on, turn up the voices, doesn't have to be an exact number, you can just experiment. Then turn on a filter, and of course I have this envelope controlling it. You get this sound, it's super nice, very swell. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you learned something or were inspired by the sound design or by the beat making, then leave a like, subscribe for more content. Let me know who you guys want to see next. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.